What's the name of the podcast, Ethan?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it's not comedy.
It's not going to be a podcast. It's going to be a fucking train wreck.
I wouldn't say that.
We're brought to you by Cream Fiend.
Yeah.
And I haven't written it out an ad. If you're having troubles baking cakes at 10 o'clock at night, you know, you've baked your cake, it's fucking fresh out of the oven, ready to go. Fucking god damn it, I don't have any cream. Call Cream Fiend.
Yep. And
That was terrible.
they'll bring you fucking nitrous oxide to you. What is it, nitrous oxide?
Yeah, nitrous oxide for
Yep.
all your baking needs.
Yeah, at 10 o'clock at night.
At 10 o'clock at night, specifically only for baking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to put that stuff in balloons.
Yeah, not for human consumption.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
You definitely,
I
like,
don't want to do that.
like, this would be a do not put that in a balloon and
But then inhale it.
Inhale it.
Yeah, definitely don't do that.
while punching bongs.
Or whatever your drug of choice is.
Yeah.
We're not here to judge.
Yeah, we don't judge. Like,
But we do sponsor Cream Fiend.
yeah, no.
No, they can sponsor us.
Yes.
This is so good.
Yeah, brought to you by
What an
Cream
ad.
Fiend. If you need to make whipped cream at 10 o'clock at night and need it delivered to your door, Cream Fiend. How's that spelled?
You mean how, it's like F-I-E-N-D. That's the fiend part.
Yeah.
If you can't spell cream, you're fucked already and you don't need it.
You don't need any more whipped cream.
Yeah. If you can't spell the word cream, how about no more fucking names for you? How about that?
Whipped cream. Whipped cream.
It's not whipped cream though. It's Cream Fiend.
Yeah.
F-I-E-N-D. Fiend.
Yeah. Cream Fiend.
Welcome to How to Not Comedy. Today we've got a special podcast because there's fucking 6 people going to be on, so it's going to be absolute chaos. We have Liam Callen, Elliot Stewart, James Connors, Luke Dillon. Whole squad's here.
I also thought I had a brain tumour earlier because I had a headache for like a week.
Yep.
But it would only be when I cough or laugh or something.
Yeah.
So I just had to be really depressed all week. So that my head didn't hurt.
You're just looking up photos of dead puppies.
Constantly trying to kill any happiness.
Yeah.
What's with your rapey t-shirt, dude? I only just noticed that.
Oh,
Yeah, man, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
Not a
man.
man till you had a man.
Yeah, it's the dude, the 3
Oh,
meter
is that the
flatty
fuck?
dude.
Nah,
Will
yeah,
and-
yeah. Is that the thing you were telling us about?
Will and Powerfish.
Yeah. That's, yeah, I got a few weird looks at the shops today. Went shopping.
I wonder why.
Some old dudes just like, what the fuck? No, I'm loving it. It's great. I got a compliment from Woolies. Dude was like, I love your shirt.
It just looks like him with a mask on.
Exactly.
It's just your
That's
friend.
so good. But speaking of shirts, this
Oh,
is perfect. So I got a present for Mitchell before we start this podcast. And
Here's your shirt, Mitch.
Okay, just for the audience
Holy
members.
fuck! And look at the size of it.
That's fucking big enough for me.
That deserves
Just,
a round of applause later on.
right, yeah.
Holy shit.
Just for the two
You got me
listeners
a
who are listening.
3XL.
Wait, sorry, just for us who are re-listening back to this podcast.
Yeah.
Ethan just pulled out a t-shirt for Mitch that says, "Fuck off, I'm autistic."
Yeah.
Why did you read like that you were autistic? I can speak like a normal human being.
maybe you
You
can
just
wear the
stuttered
shirt.
and you're making fun of him.
I'll put it on.
Just gloss over it.
I feel like I'm gonna be some. It's gonna be a dress. Yeah, I'm gonna be. It'd be like I'm trying on my fucking boyfriend's football shirt after he's just banged me.
I think it still won't be, and that's the problem.
Yeah, it looks big, but no, I
Nah,
think
that's still pretty fucking big.
I think that's fine because it's just big enough where people are like, yeah, this guy is retarded.
Yeah.
That's the perfect size for a retarded person.
That looks like a shirt that you eat with when just so if any food comes off you, you can just like scoop it back up into your mouth.
That also somehow is like the retarded color.
Yeah,
Like that color.
on.
That color screams.
he looks.
that T-shirt screams. We're just about to do arts and crafts. No one give him the glue because he will eat it.
He looks like an older Caillou.
You can't wear that anywhere.
It's
Like,
literally. It's
No, he
literally
has to wear
like.
it on stage. That's
Oh
the point.
man, should I tuck it in too?
Yeah. Do what you
Wear
want,
it
man.
that's very funny, dude.
Good bit.
I'm a
No,
big fan of
it's
that.
It's like your favourite made off Britain's Got Talent or whatever. You just need a few dribble marks on the front of it to really make the shirt pop.
Band-Aid.
No, talk about that thing. About that dude. Because no one else
Basically,
knows about it.
there
But
was
you're
a-
fucking...
Elliot's going to steal my bit. Wouldn't be the first time. So, do you... I didn't even watch the show, but remember Britain Got Talent, like 2 years ago, there was like the voiceless comedian one. Did you see him?
No.
It was a guy who had some disease and he came out and he had like a touchpad that had like his fucking jokes on him because he can't speak. And it'd be like Stephen Hawking, like, I am gay. And that was like...
Classic bit.
And the bits
Now
would
you're,
be...
now you're stealing my bit, so let's like watch.
So he won, obviously. Like
Yeah.
he was good. He was fine, and he was like he did all Edinburgh and everything. And so he looked like a normal retarded guy until the final, when they kind of juiced it up a little bit. Now apparently he fell down at home, which I don't believe. Maybe he did. That's fine. But when he came out to win, he literally had drool on his shirt and had like a busted like nose and had band-aids. It's literally like they were coming out before and one of the PAs came over and they're like, we're going to rough you up a bit because
Yeah.
no
So
one's
came
going
up
to
you
believe
and goes,
this.
Listen,
Push
mate,
him down the stairs.
listen, mate. Do you want to win?
Yeah.
Listen, because it's crazy because everyone in the grand final, they dress them up in suits.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
the
yeah.
chicks have like
Yeah.
a big
The
makeover.
chicks are so dolled up that, and then there's like this guy. Who won, by the way. Oh, and he's wearing a shirt that says, I'm...
Retarded.
No,
I'm autistic. It was this shirt.
it's like, I used to be disabled or something. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Still, but,
I
but
just
he's
like,
good. He's a funny...
I just like to
I'm
think
sorry.
like the makeup crew, like he got into the makeup
It's
room and
fake
they
drool.
did. They just like had like just a water bottle and just a spray. Just like perfect. Perfect. And he's like,
just sitting in a chair like this. But yeah, I just had him as my lock screen for ages because I thought that was like there was a photo of him where he's
Just
like,
to bring you joy.
and it's fully. I'll show you later. But and people would ask me like, "What is that?" And it's like, "Oh, that's just the mongoloid on my phone."
That's the mongoloid I keep in my phone.
That's my.
Here we go.
Some people have their girlfriends, but
we've got
Here's
got a picture.
the shirt says I was disabled before it was popular. It's not cool now, actually. Yeah. Here's him. Hold on.
he's kind of right there. It is like
Holy
cool now.
fuck.
It wasn't cool then.
This is the
This
photo.
is him when he's fucked. I just...
I feel. I'm
Yes, it is.
raising awareness. I feel sorry for him. He should have been in a tuxedo.
Oh, that's
They
right.
should have dolled him up.
Yeah.
And
I
that's the
think it's
picture
good.
you
know
have?
this. You know with the reality
Yeah,
shows.
like zoomed on his face.
Okay.
With the reality shows, it's the contestants. You know, usually the ones who get through are the ones with like the sob story. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, my dad had an accident or something.
Yeah, that's why he
Well,
won.
yeah, no, but now we've got to the stage where the dad who had the accident's now the contestant. It's like he can't sing, but oh god, give him a. He's giving it a red hot go. He's giving it a red hot go.
I saw one on America's Got Talent. There was like a 12-year-old girl that was doing stand-up, and her sad story was her dad, who was this big fat dude who just got Bell's palsy, like that
Yeah.
Jim Ross stroke thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, so I became a comedian so I could make him smile again. It's like, well, I don't care how good your jokes are. You can't.
It's physically impossible.
Yeah.
Jim Ross got fired from WWE because he couldn't smile. So you're not going to make your dad laugh. I'm sorry. She didn't win either. No surprise.
I saw one clip on YouTube where this guy dressed up. He like made he chose chest test and see like if you had a sob story they'd put you through. And so he dressed up as an Amish guy and then rapped. He was like, they don't have any rap in the Amish community, so I'm going to prove them wrong. And then they put him through.
So he got through like the prelim.
Yeah, he fully got through, like went on the big stage,
Oh,
everyone's
dude.
cheering, and he's just like...
So is the
That's
sob
sick.
story he thought that was a struggle? I'm Amish and I
My
want to
family
rap.
is
Have you ever
Amish.
tried to fucking record a hit single with no power?
You tried.
Welcome to the podcast. This is how it
That
goes.
was awful.
Usually.
I didn't even think that was going to bomb. I just assumed everyone would laugh. And
Yeah.
then it just somehow
Yeah.
I don't know why. That's
Listen, we've been spitting out gold
Yeah.
for the past 5 minutes. Someone had to bring the.
I
podcast
really
back
had to break
its
the
name, so it's-
streak. You know,
I'm
we
just,
were having too much fun in here.
Yeah, what are we doing here? We're kind of just, what's going on?
I'm just happy it wasn't me for once.
Yeah, we had 3 weeks of that on tour.
Mitch is my favorite comedian. Just every time he comes to Crown, I always crush when you're on stage.
Yep.
Because you have this one joke, and whoever's dead next
Whoa,
to me, I
whoa,
do
whoa,
it.
whoa. What did you just say?
I always crush when he's on stage. I do it.
Oh, no, I know what he's...
Yeah. I do this bit whenever you're on stage. You have this joke.
Crush.
Where you,
No one laughs.
No, they love it.
We
They
just go,
love it. Yeah.
Listen, he crushes. He's there. He's got drill on his shirt. Like,
No, you have
Sorry,
this.
no, he's
you
right.
have this bit where the opening line is, "You guys ever have sleep sex?" And I always just go to the person next to me. You mean rape? What are you kidding me?
oh, wait a minute. I thought you were on stage. You're just talking to
Some next to me. It's like Dave
He
Perry.
walks up behind you and goes, rape. Literally. And you'll be like, what? And he goes, the bit. Oh,
Elliot, unless you're doing that to everyone in the crowd, you're not crushing. You're making one
crushing
person
for himself.
laugh.
I'm crushing. Yeah.
Is that the joke
I
where you
haven't
used to
done that
fuck the
joke
cat?
in about 6 months, but
Yeah,
he's
I
still
s-
been doing that bit.
I'm still crushing it. Yeah.
Every time he gets up, this guy rapes.
But yeah, listen, Elliot, once he's found like a good thing, he'll keep milking that until
we can
someone
tell.
tells him to stop.
I've been
Keep
on.
milking it until it fails at Raw National.
Hey, I've been on Goldfish for like 2 years now.
So, the only one of these podcasts I listen to, someone was getting their dick sucked. So how do we get that organised? Is that a thing? No. So James, because James was driving,
Yeah.
and he was listening to it. I can't remember how we got into it, but he was listening to it. Maybe we
It
just,
started off
Oh, no,
ironically, and then James was unironically listening to it. We were like,
we're listening to. We're listening
Listen to
to.
every episode. I'll just pull out gags and just be like, oh, but I just paused whatever everyone was listening.
He just turned around and be like, "Fucking, you'd never believe what." Mitch was saying."
I mean, like, yeah, someone's gonna blowjob on the air. This is why.
Remember when we didn't have service and it was like up to that bit? We're all trying to load it, like freaking out. Is someone getting their dick sucked?
I need
It
to
was
know
a
how
car
this ends.
accident. It was a car accident, so we couldn't progress. We'd only just lost service, so we're like, it's gonna come back. I was like, someone better die in this car accident if I'm gonna.
No, you said several people. Several people will have had to die for this to have been worse.
So was that real or was that just
No,
theatre of the
that was
mind?
real.
There
I
are
had to
photos
watch it.
somewhere.
Or theatre of the brain?
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have. It might have been me who took a photo of the back of Shaz's head.
I don't know. Oh, I've got to see that. Okay. I
jeez.
might have to see that.
Yeah.
But that blew our minds. So I got to. We just listened to Kevin Bloody Wilson,
Yeah,
so he
yeah.
wanted to go down another way.
Yeah, fair enough.
Let's go back to civilization.
Yeah.
I mean, just had just as much wanking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when are we doing
Yeah, well-
cum of the day or wank of the week?
actually,
Wank of the week? 'Cause
I asked about the dog, and she said it has anxiety. I'm like, now I know why.
It all makes sense.
we didn't have a wank of the day, so we rate the dog. Is
Yeah.
that what it's called? Wank of the week?
Fap of the week.
It should
What?
be called Wank of the Week.
It
but
should
anyway,
be,
that's
but-
not-
Wouldn't you
I
go
refuse.
alliteration? Like
Yeah,
that would be the-
Yeah,
I
no.
feel we should.
Look, it's a great.
I'm
It's a
not
great
changing the
idea.
segments.
Look, it's a great idea, but you know what?
What? That's why we're
You
here.
hold-
When you've got a shitty bit, you just stick with it. You don't make any changes. You
I
don't listen
agree.
to feedback. Like you just.
Stick to your guns. That's
Yeah.
You got to
yeah.
at least do it 3 weeks in a row and have it fail.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
really make sure
I did that
bit
Nana
sucks.
joke for a good 6 weeks. All right, guys.
I'm just thinking, like, how funny it is for Mitch just to be walking around the house. He just decides to beat off on like a Tuesday afternoon, and then suddenly you just hear him from the other room just say, "Yep, that's it." It's taking the lead.
Ethan, I've got a topic for the pod. It's in my sock.
That is like the you know where you like you have a conversation with someone and you go like save it for the pod. It's like you just wank it and go, no, I better save this for the pod. This feels like it's gonna be a good one. This feels like
I just wasted a topic for the pod in the toilet. That's great.
So in 4 hours time, I'll have another one.
That's the grossest wank, the on the toilet wank. I don't want to go down this.
You don't want to go down that road
But
this
that's,
early?
I only feel like a pedophile when I'm doing it. Like it feels so evil.
What are you wanking to?
When you're like just wanking in the. I can only get the Tor browser in my bathroom. That's how it works out.
Okay, wait. What's the premise of this podcast?
Yeah.
Like, what's the bit? Why are we here?
Oh yeah, so isn't there a
I'll
whole
introduce
bit
it eventually.
thing? Isn't there a whole... Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
See, we're just rushing them because we listen to their whole fucking... You're like, get to the next... They're like, shut up. Like, we're trying to do our show.
You imagine going on Joe Rogan, you're like, all right, now ask me some really good questions, Joe.
We're
Like, just ask me some good questions.
We're in charge now.
We're taking over this interview.
Yeah.
Jamie, look that up.
All right, now you get to do a 5-minute speech on something that you really care about. Go.
Jews.
Oh, jeez.
A gay.
Just stealing normal.
Yeah, just on a bit.
Are you actually bisexual?
Didn't
you
What?
say
I
that in the
don't
pod?
really.
Sick segue.
I heard you
It's
say that.
gone
That's
deep.
why I'm asking this. Is this
It's
too
like,
deep?
I just don't care. Like I would fuck a dude
You would fuck a dude.
or have a dude fuck me. Sure.
Really?
Yeah.
That's very
What
interesting.
about like a big hairy dude?
See, that's
No,
where
let's
The
go
it's
thing
like
always puts me off is
a
like
big hairy dreadlock dude.
Everyone
with
has their
red
type.
big dreadlocks, red hair.
He doesn't fuck big hairy chicks. Like I'm sure that
You don't
look
know
like
what
a-
he's fucked in the past, all right?
I'm just
I've
saying-
seen some.
because you don't look like someone that would be bisexual. You look like someone that would hate people that would be bisexual.
I know. I have that look.
Yeah.
That's why I
That's
do the
I,
bit.
Looks like he
I,
feels
I
rocks
dig
at
it.
bisexual.
Not just
Yeah, no.
bisexuals.
I like it.
He looks like a guy
You
who
look-
only fucks women, but even that he doesn't like.
You look like.
But
you look
amen
like-
to you, brother.
You look like the bad guy in anti like dentist commercials. Like it looks like the bacteria. You look-
That was such a
I just haven't
specific
seen
reference.
that. Yeah, I don't know why everyone laughed. I haven't
He still
seen.
looks like Earthworm Jim. Seen Earthworm Jim.
He looks like Earthworm Jim. Oh fuck! That's a
Oh
good
man.
That's a callback. Fuck. Great game. No, the podcast is How to Not Comedy. It's basically us just talking shit about
one. What are we doing?
coming up in comedy.
No, sorry. We suck. We suck.
Speaking about dick sucking, you sucking your own dick just then. It's like, we're so good at this, guys.
No, awful. Sorry. Take it away.
Anyway, we'll try again. Hang on. We'll get there. We're just going to do the whole thing and then do it at the end. Nah, so basically it's just like, I don't know. We haven't really sorted this out properly because we're that fucking unprofessional.
Aren't you like 20 episodes in?
Yeah, I drove
17.
from fucking
Yeah.
Moree to Emerald. Listen to it.
He knows everything about you guys now. And so do we, because he told us. We're in deep now.
So yeah, you must have been pretty fucking bored on your journey to have to listen to this
Or
shit.
really interested in your podcast. Man.
Either way. Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. What's it about?
Basically, you know how they say never put any of your early bits on the internet?
Yeah.
We completely didn't take that advice.
We're only doing that.
Yeah. So, yeah, we just sort of talk about like being like super fresh in comedy, like funny experiences. Have people who are funnier than us come on the podcast and carry it for us.
Yeah, we've seen the guests.
Yeah.
And
You got a good story about Crown last week.
What about the? Oh yeah.
You guys were there.
Yeah.
the water
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
on my
interesting.
list.
Also, I walked someone at Goss at
I
fucking.
fucked him again. I'm just fucking
oh, anyway, hey, how was that Gosford show?
way ahead. Oh, it was heaps good.
It was real good.
Oh, so what did it turn out to be? 'Cause
It was
you-
alright.
Like, was it just you two?
Yeah.
Or-
Oh, that's a Gorican. Yeah. So it was just us two. So Dave Perry opens, does 7, probably 5 to 7.
Yeah, not a lot.
Like just dying.
Wait, hold on, is it to a crowd, like a seated crowd, or like a dining room kind of thing?
It's a dining. It's a sectioned off part of the pub.
Right.
But it is like just old people there, people having dinner, whatever. It's like quite a weird setup.
30 people.
Were they there for the comedy? Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Some of them.
Well, the people
probably
there, all the
15
people there were. Oh yeah, there was like the back bit where they were just kind of watching.
Yeah, but it was fucking weird. Anyway, so Dave goes up and he goes, yeah, the bad thing is like 10 to 15 people here have been here the last 3 weeks. He's like, I don't have any material left.
Well, don't host every show if you don't have material. And don't do crowd work.
He gets up and he's doing like Fitbit stuff, which is like his very early sets before he was actually like starting to get momentum. You know?
Yeah.
Now, like his later stuff is fine.
Yeah.
But the Fitbit stuff, and to trot it out
It's
in
just
front
depends
of
on
a
the
crowd,
crowd.
didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
There was like younger people there, like it wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, so I walked a lady at that show, Apparently she was like half laughing, but she was like, I just don't think it's funny when someone says cunt, the third word, as soon as they pick up the microphone. And then I did the 9/11 masturbation joke and she goes, that's it, and just gets up and just walks out.
I missed that. That must have been right before I left.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I didn't see it either, but Maddie was sitting right next to her and she was like, this is so funny.
Wow.
Was have you kidnapped someone in another room?
I just
Knocking
heard
on the door?
I don't know what the fuck it was.
Was that someone knocking at the door?
I did hear a knock.
Was there
Yeah.
anyone at the door?
Hello.
God damn.
Do you have like
Fucking.
a Fritzl basement going on there?
With his dad, it wouldn't surprise me.
Is this podcast so bad we just walked a ghost?
That was you. So that was a fun gig. But yeah, Crown.
Yeah, she.
Oh, and just give some prefix to what, just in case anyone is listening.
Prefix?
No, because
Prefix.
Liam wasn't here. So basically, Liam, we rock up to Crown. I'm supposed to be emceeing. I'm already not super comfortable with doing the show.
The Crown and Echo Hotel every fortnight at the.
Yeah, comedy.
I did the plug the other way around.
Yeah, so we'll go in there. I open up and I talk to some girls in the front table, and then I get back on stage, and then I start to do the Tamworth bit about how there's no fucking water left in Tamworth.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't know that could happen. Like, are the pipes blocked? Call somebody. Like,
Bringing
obviously
attention to
playing
the
the
cause.
idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she just walks around. She comes up to the stage and she's like, you can't joke about that.
She's fucking blind.
About water.
Oh, yeah.
She's so drunk. But I was like, wait, what? And I was thinking I'd said something to the ladies' table at the front.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck did I say to them? I was like, I don't think I said anything mean. And then I was like, what do you mean? What am I not allowed to joke about? And she's like, water.
Yeah.
I was like, I've been on comedy for a while. I never knew that was the line.
So you know, like 60% water. That's the one joke we can all make.
Yeah. I don't
Only
think politics-
dehydrated people can make that joke.
Only people that are slightly parched.
Only African kids with distorted stomachs can fucking.
Oh, no, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. So on the tour, I don't even know how this started, but
No, because Elliot was excited because he's like, "Oh, Basil Brush is doing stand up."
yeah.
We're like, "Oh, you're gonna."
How
Who
the
the
fuck
fuck
do
is
you
Basil
know who
Brush?
Basil Brush is?
Boom, boom, man.
Because he opens for every puppet.
Come see Randy Feltface on Friday, 22nd of August. I don't know.
Yeah, they need you to sell tickets. You guys didn't want to see the purple puppet? We got another dickhead wearing Crocs at the front.
We've got a guy that could play Randy in a live action film. Just shave his head and put him in purple face.
If Elliot was brown, he could have played the kid in the Jungle Book. Like he kind of looks. You look like a Mowgli. Like the,
Mowgli.
you're like the white privileged Mowgli. That's me.
Yeah.
Look at the return from the bin. He didn't put his bottle in the bin. He came back to the mic just to get another shot in at Elliot.
That is a great example of staying in the bit.
Do you want some hard liquor? Or you stay on the beers?
I'll drink.
He's gonna stay on the
Get
beers.
fucked up?
He's
Right.
got to drive.
He's got to drive home.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't get a lift so he could just get fucked.
No, because I gave you guys a lift here, but I have to head off after this. You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Speaking of fucking each other,
Okay.
the Kent
Sick.
the other night used two swapped acts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
So,
Oh, okay, what happened?
Yeah, you were here for this one.
does anyone have a fucking bottle opener?
Yeah, it's on the fridge.
Yeah.
Because it was right in front of you.
So the show was already going so well, there was like no one in the crowd, like 3 or 4
It was
people.
like four
Yeah.
cunts.
Yeah, it was fucked.
So, awful Kent show. And then, I don't know, me and Elliot were just like, we don't want to go up and bomb. And I'd only written like a few new shitty jokes that weren't that good, and he probably hadn't written anything. And
I haven't at all.
no, he had.
I hadn't
He
at
had.
all.
He was handing out his fucking business cards the whole time. I don't know if you guys
Business
saw
cards
that.
didn't have any new jokes.
Wrote his name 3 times.
Yeah, come see a post I made 4 months ago.
So we decided we'd swap acts and try and... I might as well just tell you because you don't know. So we were like, we could do each other's acts and we're like, we'll swap clothes and we'll go up together.
Okay, no, I saw the picture. I did not know you guys swapped acts.
Where I just did him, he did me. But here's the fucking problem. Elliot can't do impressions. As
Hey, he's got the one bad impression that encompasses everyone.
no, Elliot doesn't. So
When Elliot tries to impersonate someone else, he sounds more like himself.
he just does like his act.
"Hi, I'm squeaky."
He's like,
I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger.
His only impression is himself with like an inner ear problem. He's slightly louder.
like I can't do an impression of Elliot, but it's easy to do an impression of Elliot. So I was doing Elliot, and I was doing his jokes because they're easy to remember because there's 8 words in them, and it's like. But then he couldn't remember mine, and he said he would, and he's like, "Yeah, I know your jokes back to front." And then we get up there. So I would do his joke, and it would get a laugh because I'm doing him. But then he would do my joke and be like, so I fucking went to the kebab store. And, and then I went, and he would just like half do the bit. And then he would never do the punchline. He would just stop before the end and be like, I can't remember. And then I just had to be like, hey guys.
Well, there was nothing memorable to go off. What are you kidding me? There's no punchline is memorable.
So yeah, he basically fucked me. But I performed well.
Everyone else in the crowd was literally mouthing your bits too,
Yeah,
because we've all
of
seen
course
it.
they
And I'm
were.
like, oh yeah.
He's crushing it. This
Wait,
idiot.
from an audience perspective, was any non-comics laughing at all?
No.
No, they didn't get any of the jokes.
No, that's why we did it because there's no one. There was 4 people
Yeah.
in the crowd. dude.
Yeah.
It was 15 comics and 4 people. Of course,
But
we
it-
play the audience.
It killed harder than any joke
Of course
has
it
ever
did.
killed in the Ken.
And it's
There was
bits
nothing
you all
else
heard
going on.
before.
yeah, it was. Yeah. It's all in the delivery.
But that was fun.
Yeah, in nights like that, you're just making you just try to make the back of the room laugh. 'Cause
Yeah.
you
How
know
did
you're
I-
not gonna.
Well, usually the Kent's better.
How'd Lauren Bonner go?
Yeah, she
Hello?
went alright.
She was doing
Yep.
fine. She got probably like biggest laughs consistently over the whole set. She
Cool.
did like 15 minutes.
That's good.
Yeah, she's really funny.
Yeah, sounds like me on tour. 15 minutes, got the most laughs. So, you know how this.
Well, you did 15 minutes, so let's just stop there.
You got,
yeah.
It's the first line.
you got the most laughs per minute, but that's because you did fuck all time on stage.
As you said, though, you're playing at the back of the room and that type of thing. So it's like if you're making the comics laugh, you're doing all right.
Yeah.
But that to me, that room was like every Sydney room that I've gone down and done.
Yeah.
Where it's just like,
Yeah,
fuck.
Because
Yeah,
you've done
that's
All
rooms
4
with
of
Anna
them.
Ronan. You go to these new ones. There's go
got
to
a
Cactus
point.
Juice, go to Sweeney's, it'll be sick.
Have you been to
Yeah,
Sticks
new
and
ones.
Stones?
Cactus
No,
Juice. It's like-
Oh,
I don't
man.
have mic rooms in Sydney anymore.
Holy
Dude.
fuck. That is another level of shit. You guys have got to come down and do that room.
Whose room is it?
I don't know.
We don't know.
Is it Penis Sucker, Kaiser Seizure?
No.
No. Not
We try not to just drop names and insult
like, who-
people
no
on the
one's-
Fuck
podcast.
Kaiser Seizure.
He's a fucking
Kaiser's a
cunt.
loser. He bombs.
I'm not going to edit it,
He's
but
a rude cunt. Fuck
The
him.
opinions of James Connors are not one of those of the podcast.
thank you, Lip.
Did I tell you what happened in Melbourne?
No.
I'm like walking into the back of this room. He's going up before me, and so I walk where all the other comics are standing along the wall, along the left hand side. So I got to stand there, but he's at the very back corner of that wall, and he's setting up a tripod, and he's just like, "Oh mate, you need to move. Like I'm trying to record." I was like, "Fuck, all right." So I just stood back and I stood near the door and waited. So he sets up his camera, walks up, does like just names like 80 Pokemon,
Oh yeah.
bombing for like 7 minutes, and then gets off stage. And I was like, I wouldn't have recorded that.
He approached me once after like a show, and he goes, "Hey man, I just released my comedy album on Spotify. I was wondering if you could like play it and put it on repeat while you sleep, just to get more views." I was like, "Yeah man, go on."
Trannies.
What?
No.
Are you being legit?
Yeah man, it's crazy. Apparently he lost like heaps of people that
Wouldn't
night.
you hear that come out your mouth and be like, I should
weird.
probably...
Quit. Yeah.
No, but he was standing at the back of that open mic after the show, after he bombed, and then he's handing out download cards for his album.
Yeah.
And it's like, here guys, and people are sort of trying to ignore him like he was selling hand cream in a supermarket. How the fuck do I get past this cunt?
Yeah.
What a loser.
Pretty much
Fucking
held him
hell.
hostage. Hilarious.
See, we wanted to do cards for the podcast, but we also wanted to do 10% discount on your nangs
Yeah.
if you present the card when they deliver. So there's something in it for you, at
Yeah.
least, for taking the card.
What are you? Wait, you're doing business cards for the podcast where you get a discount on Nangs.
Yeah.
That is.
Not many
wild.
people do Nangs.
Heaps of people do names.
Like,
Yeah.
incredible
No,
original
a
Nangs.
lot of
do
people do
names.
names.
Yeah, a lot of people do names.
A lot of young
You know, a
people
lot of
do
people
names.
don't listen to this podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
We're hoping to
lies the
break
problem.
into the Nang market, all right?
Elliot, but 100% of people who do use names.
That's 11 people.
No, we love it. We love the pod.
man.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, when I met
We
when
didn't
I
have
met
anyone
him,
else.
Hold on, so
I
tell
did
us
my
on-
set and we were walking out, and he's just sort of I've gone to shake his hand, and he's just
beep his
looked at
name if
me.
you're scared.
He's like, "Yeah, man, exposure," and I was just like,
All right.
Wait, he said that to you too.
No, I remember. Sorry.
Right.
"Yeah." I was just like,
Like, I'm just talking.
Yeah, man, just
"For
avoid
what?"
that.
Like, there's 12 people here.
They're all comics.
Is
Yeah,
that
they're
after
all
the
comics.
One where he's like, I might give you a shitty spot if you come.
No, it was literally
That was
just.
fantastic, though.
Did you do that one?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, how was it?
There was so many
Hold on.
comics in there.
So tell us about Sticks and Stones.
Sticks and Stones is a
Where's it at? Where's it at?
Isn't that a Chappelle special?
Chippendale? Chippo. Yeah,
Chippo,
Chippo
yeah.
Hotel. It's apparently better if you get there earlier, but we've been turning up late. But it's a fucked room because it's just, like, heckling is encouraged. Like, people just yell shit out. If you're failing, they'll smash the gong.
Yeah,
Oh, there's a gong.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did it one. I've done it once.
Yep.
And basically, yeah, it's
We're gonna do
basically
that,
like
room.
Yeah.
it's like red faces. Like you're supposed to go up and do like untested material, and then depending like they'll obviously if you're going well, they'll let you go for the full 4 or 5 minutes or whatever it is, and then if you're going pretty bad, then they'll gong you off, and then afterwards they like
Interview
critique-
you.
They
Yeah.
interview / critique your set.
Yeah, and there's just one fucking hero up the back who's just a mad dog and good at life. You can tell he's good at life because he's really good at critiquing other people's comedy. Just a fucking legend.
Mitch hates him because he told Mitch to do push-ups.
He's
on
like,
the
yeah,
phone."
you should do some push-ups and lose some weight. And then I saw him after the show. I'm like, you're fat too.
This guy did look like Michael Moore. in
Yeah,
the
he did,
crowd.
yeah.
And
Wait,
he-
so was he an audience member or was he another comic?
audience member
he's
who could have been a comic, but I've never seen him go up.
Is that the guy you did the bit about the other night?
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was the hatred for
Yeah.
that one.
You were fat too. I got nothing else on that. But,
I was actually really hoping you guys had come up with a good punchline for that joke for me. So
On
it
the
come
pod
up-
or after your set?
So you
Fire
can take it down,
during, it was like,
Oh man.
take it down to Sydney and pitch it to him and let him know that he didn't get under your skin.
yeah, I used it.
Oh man.
Gong shows are the worst.
I genuinely had fun. Like it was as much as I'm shitting on that dude. I did have fun. I
The
thought
only good thing
guys-
about that room is you can do whatever the fuck you want.
yeah.
You can say whatever. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. But they're going to critique you for it. Like
No
everyone's
one,
going to
I've
Wait,
never
so,
had.
so do they, do the
Say
people
whatever
have-
anywhere.
Do the people have mics? Is
Yeah.
it like a
Yeah,
panel?
they got Mark. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
two dudes behind
Yeah,
the
you're
bar.
right.
It's kind of like Kill
they're-
Tony.
Right.
Yeah, they're on stage, so they're
a-
just right beside you on. They've just got a table set up and they've got the 2 mics. And then,
Yeah, it's a better version of Kill Tony.
Way
You
better.
know, you can say whatever you want as long as it's funny. Like,
Well,
come
that's the premise of that
Yeah.
room. Is
Yeah.
You can say whatever you
Can
want.
you
as
follow
long-
that advice, Elliot?
on. Nah.
Hey, can you only open your mouth when it's fucking funny?
Yeah. I was really hoping you guys had forgotten about the other night where I just got up and did 2.5 minutes.
Hey,
of-
listen,
We never
fuck-
forget a bomb. Doesn't matter whose it is.
that was fucking horrible.
It's in
Just-
So yeah, the first couple.
Speaking of bombs, though, worst bomb of the tour. Who was it?
Ellie Beach, Luke Dillon.
Everyone at Ellie
I
Beach.
would put my set in Musselbrook as
I
the
was pretty
worst
fucked,
bomb,
yeah.
because
That
That place is
one
a
I-
shithole.
It's because they were homophobic.
Homophobic, so,
Hey, then you were crushing up until you said you were gay.
no, I was not.
They knew.
I was
They could smell
smell
blood
it
in
on
the
it.
water.
They weren't liking you, so they weren't gonna fucking.
Yeah, it's like I was supposed to do like 20, like
20
this was
minutes,
like the
20 to
first set, so we
25.
like do like 25 minutes or so. And like I would go up and I was like feeling cocky, like I'm gonna do 30. Get up there, 5 minutes in, tepid reaction.
Yeah.
10 minutes in when I start going into the game material, the slight noises turn into silences, and everyone is just giving me the most intense stare. I like, walk about a third of the room.
You one of them queer boys.
Yeah, and then
Oh, someone in the front row said, "Faggot." And I was like, "Oh."
I did not hear that, but if that like
Holy fuck.
And then someone called me a poofter. I was like, wrong one, you idiot.
yeah, but
I'm the good one.
That's how it goes. Like I'm faggot, then you're associated with me, so that puts you to a level of poof.
Even though you fuck women, you're still a fucker by association.
You got soft hands, boy. You don't belong out here.
So sorry.
Yeah. Oh, and like so afterwards, like not only was like a bad set that I left after 15 minutes. I got off stage, and that was so bad that because that first week of the tour, we had 5 shows back to back.
So every day was like a different, like we had to drive and then the show.
So that set was so bad that the next 2 shows it was still affecting me. Like I was changing my set as I was on stage. Like I was second guessing myself. Like I think that's the worst set is like to feel like you're not going to get a laugh, and also you may be beaten to death afterwards. The worst reaction you
Yeah,
have to
there
it.
was a threat of a hate crime there.
Yeah, no,
Pretty
like,
far from home, boy.
no wheelchair lady's gonna like beat me up after my set.
Oh, actually,
But if like he goes in and he's like, I'm gay, they're like, fuck this guy.
there was a woman. I went to Lush yesterday in Katara. It's like a healthcare store kind of thing. And
Of course.
I was
you
there,
did.
right? Like I was buying like beauty products, and then and
Nobody
this,
say anything.
this
Don't
woman-
say he's gay.
this,
Don't say it. Don't say
There was
it.
this woman in a wheelchair approached me, and she was like, "Can I help you?" I was like, "Can I help you? What are you kidding me?" And
lady, this.
Can I build you a ramp?
and then
Is that an electric
I looked
wheelchair?
down, and
You
she
need
had
to
a-
push it.
she had a- she
Lady,
had-
I don't want to burst your bubble, but there's no cream for that.
anyway,
Legs are already numb. Sorry, Elliot.
And then I looked down, and she's wearing like a Lush shirt. Like, you work here, you can get jobs. That's like a thing.
No, that would have also surprised me.
I was like, what the fuck?
That would have
man.
thrown
I
me
had no
off.
idea.
It's like if she had a workplace accident, or
It's
did
just
she get the job with the chair?
work is conversation. You're supposed to have time off, bitch. Alright.
You can't get any of the stuff on the bottom shelf because there's like a rail they had to build for her to like get a. Oh, nothing. So Lush is.
Can you help me get that thing off the shelf? No, not at all, actually.
She sits in one of those chairs and it goes up like.
No, it was just a
Cherry
normal,
picker.
So
just a normal wheelchair.
So Lush is just like, it's kind of like walking into dusk. Like it's just shit on the walls and it's like beauty
It pretty much
products.
is just shelves, and there's like bath bombs.
And there's like a
hair
one counter
shampoo.
and there'll be like 1 or 2 people there.
Exactly right.
How
Yeah.
can you see her behind the counter?
No.
You walk in, you think the
Wait,
place is
the worst
empty.
part is,
I was in the store. I
I
just steal. It's like,
the
she's
worst.
actually reducing
People keep stealing face cream. Yeah, we can't
It's not
see
like
the
she's
net
got to.
behind the counter. No, I picked
She's
the
not
net.
going to run after you if
That was
you
weird.
steal anything. I mean,
The worst part was, I applied for a job there a year ago, didn't get it, and then they hired this disabled bitch. It was-
Well, I think you just go to Musselbrook, say you're gay, and then you're halfway there.
Life lesson.
Stomp on your spine, and then
yeah.
you're a shoo-in, dude. Yeah, that was terrifying.
oh man.
Because, you know, you worry about bombing, obviously, but then Liam had to think, like, oh, I might literally be assaulted. At the
Oh
gym.
yeah.
Fucking ridiculous.
Well, Ethan did have that
They're
fat
all
lady
talk.
come up and yell at him after a show. That would have been pretty intimidating for him.
That was not. She was not going to do anything.
Bruh, I could have taken her.
No, I couldn't.
Pull the snap the bra.
Everyone can take a punch from a fat chick. Elliot can take a punch from a fat chick.
I don't think so.
I think he could. I had punched him a lot on tour. So
Yeah.
he's,
Oh, well, little. Actually, I'd die. I'd just be.
Yeah, no,
instantly-
yeah, you've never been like actually
Never been
punched.
actually-
No.
If he ever got punched the next day, he'd be working at Lush. That's
Oh god.
I
I kind of want to go in there and see her.
Do it. We can go together.
I would have been as.
What? Just stand outside the store and just laugh at her?
I don't want to laugh. I'm as confused as he is. I just like, have they made the place appropriate for her?
It's just the normal flat floor.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sticking up for it.
Are there things like on high shelves?
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course there is. Yeah.
They
Maybe
give
she
her
has
a
a
grabber.
claw.
Yeah, a claw.
That's
Yeah,
so
she- oh, yeah,
demeaning.
she-
those. But
It's
those
like a
claws are
big-
flimsy.
It's
Yeah.
like a big wheelchair as well. She was like getting in my way and shit. And I was like, "Can you not?" I'm trying to. I know I'm supposed to be.
I'm trying to be a
professional, but-
fucking customer, all right?
Yeah.
You fucking.
Get out of my way. I want the sea salt hairspray.
Lady,
okay?
Did you call her a
Lady, you're in my way.
spastic?
I can still feel my toes, but you're in my way.
Do you think you break your bite policy also applies to whatever she knocks off the shelf?
Dude, I've had exactly that happen when I worked in, like, up at the supermarket up there. There was just this. This isn't even a funny bit, but I'm telling the story.
This is just
anyway.
gonna be
Fuck.
sad.
Food works.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just this large.
That's the sad bit.
This large man in a fucking one of those mobility scooters, and he just like refused to get out of his chair. And like the whole time he's just driving through the aisles, and it's not a big store. So
I
he's
can't
just
wait till
knocking
I'm one
shit
of
off
those
the
guys.
shelves, like as he drives around, just not giving a fuck. There's like two staff just following him, just picking
So
stuff
he
up,
was,
putting it back
like,
on the shelf.
We're assuming he's in there just because he's fat. Is it one of those ones?
Nah,
Or did he have
Or
like
he
something
was,
wrong with him?
like,
Was he
messed up.
disabled?
I think he's just fat.
Or
Yeah.
was he just fat? Yeah.
Yeah, the payoff to this joke is that like when he got to the counter, he actually stood up out of the
course he
mobility scooter to pay
Course he
after
did.
he'd knocked all the shit off the shelves, like driving around for the past 10 minutes. And
Course he
everyone
did.
thought he was disabled. We're like, oh, we can't really say anything. And then he just gets up and fucking pays and goes.
I'm just imagining he's going down like the aisle at 5 k's an hour, just scooping stuff from the shelves with one hand into just like a box that he's got in his lap, and he's just like throwing stuff in, not even checking what he's taking off the shelf.
He's
It's like,
towing a trail, like a trolley on the back, and he's throwing things over his shoulder.
He comes up to the thing. He's like, "I get a retarded discount, right?" So that's the thing, right?
Not now that
Oh,
you've stood
man.
up.
I had a
We're all
weird
going
thing.
easy on you.
I had a weird thing happen the other day where I had this. It was like super busy at the kebab store, and it was like a big line.
Store, by the way.
And there was a lady standing to the side of the line, and she looked you know how you can tell they're like homeless, or you look at someone's face, you're like, you're crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
So she just looked crazy, and like I'm pumping through all these people, and then after a while she's like, "Can I be served?" And I was like, "There's a line, like you're not in the line." And I was like, "What do you want?" And she goes, "I don't have any money, but I know the lady that works here, and she said I can get a kebab and pay on Monday." And I was like, you know the lady who works there? And she's like, "Yeah, I know the boss." And I was like, "I'm the boss." And she's like, "What?" Like, I'm the boss. So I don't know anything about this. I'm not. I just knew she was trying to con me.
Yeah.
Then later she comes back, right before the end of the day. She's like, "Can I have an apple juice?" I was like, "Oh, so you have money?" And she's like, "What?" I was like, "You just tried to get a free kebab off me." And she's like, "Can I just have the juice?" And I was like, "Okay." So I gave her an apple juice, sculls the whole thing, standing in front of me, and then just hands it back to me. I was like, "Holy shit!" I just took it. I was like, "Please go away!" Like I was so scared. It was like she just looked nuts. She looked like a Bond villain. Like had like a one of those scar eyes. Where it's like, fucked up. It was nuts.
Oh, can we just point out? So James did this shit a lot on tour. What's with the dreads, bro? What's
He's
happening?
Rasta now.
Hey, I'm trying to make it my religion to smoke weed.
Dude, I did that for 4 years straight. Just end up moving back in with his parents.
Yeah.
You just end up
I
buying.
just literally.
Also,
did-
You end up living in a nice house. It's actually quite a good deal. I know.
Yeah,
Look
I'm
at this
living in a
fucking place.
dungeon at the moment.
Because I'm white. If I was black, I'd be like out on the streets. I'm trying to turn that into a bit. It's not
about on
working.
the
No.
Whoa, what?
Oh, man. All right, so talking about new bits, has anyone got any new bits they want to...
Let me look.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do them on here, but
Yeah. You
I
have
mean, I
to.
did one at the camp.
yeah, I got
Yeah.
new stuff. You
definitely.
say yours first.
Oh,
I'll read
you probably would have heard it at the Ken. I did it the other night at the Central Coast one. And I think it's going okay. About
Oh, yeah, that was funny as fuck. That's good.
yeah.
Stuff.
No, about the about how there's an epidemic crisis, epidemic of suicide, right?
Yeah.
It largely affects men more than women, and I say that some lady come up to
A win
me
for
and
men.
was like,
We're doing something right.
Yeah.
the real gap, the suicide gap.
They can't take that away from us.
We're gonna get more women committing suicide.
We need equality. 50-50.
We need to.
Ladies, step up to the plate. This is.
That's funny.
This suicide disparity, it needs to be.
Yeah. So I do a bit about killing myself with Panadol,
Yeah.
and then I made up that a lady came up to me and was like, "You can't joke about suicide." I was like, "Well, suicide actually, proportionately affects way more men than women, so this is something I could talk about."
Yeah.
Which is
And I was
such a
like,
crazy.
and then I sort of won her over with that, but then I lost her when I
She's an
said,
idiot.
"Do you think that more men commit suicide because we're the one that knows how to tie knots?" And then I lost her again.
Yeah.
So I,
I don't get. Wait, what's the bit? Wait, what?
That's the
Why do
bit.
men know how to tie knots more than women?
because we work in physical labor fields and we go to scouts and things like that.
Yeah,
Women
okay, I don't know.
generally
I can't
do.
relate.
All right. When you say we, we're clearly not talking about him and
yeah.
we.
In his generation, none of them know how to tie knots. So they go into Lush and buy face cream. That's the kind of man we're breeding.
Make fun of disabled people.
That's the same path I wanted to go with my mass shooting bit, where it's like
Oh, boy.
hugely disproportionate the amount of female mass shooters compared to male. I think it's like 3% or something like that. So yeah, going down that road, like
What, like
ladies, if you want
3% to
equality.
97%?
97% of men
Male.
are mass shooters. Yeah, 3% women.
Once again, crushing it.
Yeah,
And there's
exactly.
more Asians that have done mass shootings than women.
That's just because there's more of them.
Playing the old.
That's bro.
Yeah, playing the numbers.
Bet DSI that. So, yeah, you were saying?
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck.
Oh,
I'm
so
saying.
there's no bit, there's mass shooters. And
Yeah. It was something about some gun control bit I was doing, like relating assault rifles to dildos. I don't know. where
That
it
sounds like one of your bits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, so assault rifle is about how can I include dildos in this? Sex toys? I don't know.
And I'm the one who does the dildo bits. You're stealing jokes off me, bro.
Oh,
Sorry, man.
Ethan.
Stealing your premises.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Wait,
I count you both as one comedian.
I'm trying to look
oh,
at...
yeah. You can look at that.
I consider you both a Joe act somehow. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that.
I had a bit. Oh, I've lost it now.
That's
You guys
funny.
were
Yeah.
That's good.
the chef's recommendations at like a.
It's called a restaurant.
Those places where you get food.
Going, you go there. Come on, what's it called?
That's a cheeky
Yeah.
fat joke for the audience. Those that can't see
James is fat, by the way.
We haven't. That's the first one this pod. That's pretty good. There was more gay jokes than fat. That is fucking.
Say, well, we cut it off.
Does that mean
Anyway.
we're grown as people?
It does.
Anyway, you ever see like the chef's recommendations at restaurants and be like, you reckon that's like what's the easiest thing for the chef to cook? Like if I was a chef, I'd just be like, chef's recommendation. I recommend you eat Weet-Bix. Actually, just no milk, cunt, just fucking.
The toast is particularly good.
We've got untoasted bread.
It comes deconstructed.
Yeah.
You just throw flour
Bread
at
al
them.
dente.
Not bread. It's deconstructed toast.
Jesus
man.
Christ.
I might be
I
drunk.
got chewed out for doing that. Yeah,
From who?
Eddie. It was like, you gotta stop burping into the mic, gotta stop doing all this misogynistic shit. And I'm like, I agreed.
What, on stage?
No, on the podcast.
Oh,
Fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah,
There's no
it's
one
fine.
listening. It's fine.
I went to a
Are you doing another bit?
Do another bit.
Fuck yeah. No, this is good. I want to hear writing.
went to a.
I've got Elliot's set here that I
Okay,
fucking
that's,
memorized perfectly.
Yeah. I went to a open house recently.
Oh, he's doing his fucking
just-
inflections.
I went to an open house recently. Hey guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those who can't see, he's actually miming holding a mic.
Yeah.
Even though he's in front of a mic.
There's a mic. Rested a foot in
No,
front
but
of
that's
him.
real hot though, so don't fucking.
I went to an open house recently.
What's this? You
Look,
fucking
no.
Italian? What are you?
If we
That's a spicy bit. What
we can criticize him every movie he makes. We just have to let him go, otherwise we'll be here forever.
I went to
An
a,
house?
I went to an open house recently.
My mum's pussy. No, I'm sorry. That's what you would have said. I'm sorry.
Grandma's pussy.
Yeah, fuck. I know.
Hey guys, went to an open house recently. Wasn't for sale, just let myself in.
You did the Jared bomb face.
The fuck part is that actually did well at the Crown and Anchor the other week.
Did that get a laugh?
Yeah, he already
Yeah.
had him in the palm of his hand. So
look of
they fucking
surprise on
laughed.
your face.
Yeah.
That kind of laugh.
No, because I remember he did well, but I didn't hear that bit. So
No, but it's just like Adam Ronan's Tindler's List bit.
that can suck my ass.
When he goes, so this is the bit, and I'm burning the bit on the pod. It's
Oh.
a shit bit. I've abandoned it because I'm burning the pod right
And your other pun too. Fucking whatever the next one
now.
is.
He's like, do you think a list of Jewish people that want to date should be called Tindler's List? That
doesn't even make sense.
A list of Jewish people that want to date. He means an app,
Yeah.
but then there's no way to relate it back to a list. So he's like,
Nothing.
but people laugh every time. I'm like,
It works.
the joke doesn't even make sense. It doesn't
Elliot,
make sense.
do you have a bit? Because I
No,
have.
no, you go, bro.
All right. This is what I was gonna do. I think at the Crown. So I've. Okay, two things. I was at the kebab store the other day. So I was at the kebab store, and
Oh, yeah?
there's like, for some reason, there's a GP across from us.
Yeah.
Like doctors
that?
and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is insane. And there's a pub across from that. Like, it's a fucking Bermuda Triangle of hell that I live in. But thankfully, I wasn't going to say that in the bit. That was awful. But so a doctor came out from that the other day, and he got a kebab and he ordered it. And I was finishing it. I was wrapping it, and I did like the two fucking folds and the twist. And he's like, "Man, I don't know how you do that." What? 6 years of medical school? You can't crack this one, doc?
Listen, I specialize in the body, not
Yeah.
kebabs. That was another year. All right?
Brain surgery, but this and this. Like, he literally said that to me.
Yeah, he was patronizing you.
I was gonna say I need another bit for it, so that's where I should
Holy
go.
fuck.
So that's maybe
man.
something. And then I'll be like, I started seeing a girl recently, and when you start seeing someone, you got to like get to know them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love how you feel like you need to explain that process. Like, when you start dating with someone, there's a process where you get to know them as like a
Yeah.
human being.
Hey, you laugh.
I'm married. I didn't even know that. I was like,
Go with me. So you got to get to know them, and it's very annoying. And I hate these people that come with this like there's some girls that are just normal and they have like a conversation with you and you just have a natural conversation and you learn and it's good.
If it's annoying, maybe it's not for you. Maybe they're not for you. Break up with them.
No, but some people have this like autistic like 20 question thing that they do, like where they just are like we were just talking and she just goes, "What's your favorite color?" What are we 8? Like, I don't fucking know. Like I thought the next question was going to be, when is your bedtime?
Wait, do you want to colour in?
Yeah, like absolutely insane. And then so she's like,
she's seen you in person before. It's obviously black.
No. Yeah, that's what I said to her, and she goes, "That's a shade." I was like, "Suck my ass." No, don't be one of those fuck. That's like an 8-year-ld's argument as well. That's fucking so dumb. But then she's a big fan of sending pictures, and I
Yeah.
never ask for pictures because I'm not going to send anything back.
Yeah.
And I always feel
Sending
creepy.
pictures like memes or nudes?
No, like nudes and
Okay.
stuff.
Oh,
I would never send anything, and
Nude
I'd
memes.
feel weird being like, "Can I see your tits?" Like, there's porn out there. I'll just look at that.
Yep.
And so she just sends a lot of pics, and then like just boobs or whatever. And then one time,
Can we see them?
yeah, right. No.
Sweet.
No way, I would never do that. I would never do that.
Should we just cut
I
it
would
there?
never do that. So then she goes, "I've bought you a present," and I was like, "What?" And she's like, "It's lingerie," and I was like, "Okay, that's fine." She's like, "Would you like to see it?" I was like, "Yeah." So then she sends. She's like, "It's not here yet." So she just sent a picture of the model wearing the lingerie. So you just,
Like you're down to.
do you just want me to jack off to this hotter person? Like, I can just send you a picture of Nick Cummings from those Bonds commercials. Like, We can all have a good time.
She just crudely photoshops her own face onto the
Yeah.
bottle.
Oh, man.
Just to give you an idea.
The
of
chick
what
was
it's gonna
way hotter. Like, it was crazy. So then the last bit is that so when we first had sex, we were getting into it, and then it was like foreplay, and she got a text, and she's like, I should probably get that. And I was like, that's fine. And she's looking at her phone, and she goes, oh, do you want to see a picture of my kid? And I
Yeah,
kind
that'll
of paused.
really
I
get
was
me.
like,
Luke's still inside of it.
well, I paused. I was like, no. And she was kind of thrown off by that. I was like, well, we don't really need to get involved in that way. But I was also like, I don't really want to see a kid with an erection. That could make this
You mean while
different.
you have an erection?
Yeah.
She shows you a picture and it's just a stock picture of a kid.
Yeah.
I don't have one on me, but this is just an idea of what a kid looks like.
Still hard? Are we still hard? Oh, well, that stuff's maybe funny then. That's all right.
My bit's way better.
This is your third bit. No more bits.
My
Sorry that I went for too long.
No,
no,
you're right.
it's
Oh, man.
My Little Pony. More like My Little Coney. So it's way better. It's way better.
Mitch, what do you got?
Now there were.
Edit that one. 2012.
No, that's the perfect level to take it down into Mitch's bit.
Yeah, no.
Here we go.
The scary thing is, mine's not as funny as that.
Oh, dear Lord.
I'll get some water.
Yeah.
Please. The floor is yours.
Yeah, so basically I shit myself for the third time this year.
How many bits do you have about shitting yourself?
Oh, no.
Also,
Basically,
Hour.
yeah.
Luke, should not be the first question. Third time this year.
Yeah.
That is the,
That's because I've heard him talk about the other two.
I know.
That's
I know.
why. So, sorry,
Yeah,
continue.
so I did like a fucking, no, it's his
down.
little brothers.
sit down, Coney.
Yeah, so I did a bit of just about how you go about shitting yourself. And it really wasn't that
You
good.
said bit there.
How you go about it.
You've already been down this road.
You're
Yeah,
being
yeah,
retarded.
exactly. Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
I think you just have to not be in a bathroom. And that's how it works.
Keep the pants up.
I think you just have to not
While
be an
shitting.
adult.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically that now comes into
Hang on,
like the
I just
new
wanna-
joke I wrote.
What do you do for work?
Nothing at the
Nothing
moment.
at the moment. Yeah.
I thought you were like an engineer in the mines.
No.
No, this adds up.
No?
What?
He was.
Did
You're
you
an
just think that because of the
electronics technician.
glasses?
No, because I remember you saying that you
Nothing?
worked at mines and you're also in the army.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh,
No,
you're
no,
an
no.
engineer.
He plays Minecraft during the day.
And I'm really good with redstone
I'm in
circuits.
the mines.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, I really should go to the toilet. Oh man, I am this house is not gonna
Dude.
It's just like sounding like
Bathroom. Just Cartman shitting on his mum. You got a Cartman kind of vibe.
I look like every fat person ever, so like it's easy to do.
So what's the shitting bit? Sorry.
It's fucking horrible and it goes for way too long.
a shit
Yeah, it's a shit bit.
It's alright, I got one too.
Yeah, and then it's just gonna
Is
go
yours
into
about
my
shitting?
new bit.
No,
Thank
mine's
God.
not about shitting.
Yeah, and then I just do it. I've got a new bit about like how I'm afraid to have kids and like what would happen if Tanya. Like the best punchline out of it is like, oh, what would happen if Tanya died after I've got a kid? It'd be like some sad Aussie version of I Am Sam.
well, you definitely know how to change them. Experience.
Yeah,
I think that died because none of us have seen I Am Sam.
he's a retarded dude that raises a kid,
Yeah.
I'd go with a more.
and it's already a very sad movie.
Gotta go a more popular movie. Maybe that's just our fault because we haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I think it's a
That's
popular
probably just
movie
our
we're
fault.
saying
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
references.
That's our fault.
It's the only movie about a guy with learning disabilities that didn't win an Oscar.
Never go full
Um,
retard.
Yeah.
Now they just get jobs at Lush.
Alright, nice. Yeah, real good.
What are you about to say? Let Ethan go.
Oh, yeah, okay, good.
Oh, my bit. I don't even have a bit. It's
Okay,
more of a
well, back to
premise
me.
that I don't want to do, but I've got to figure
Back
it
to
out.
me.
Because I'm going to try and compare women's sport to disabled porn. Because it's like
Yeah, I'm gonna
equality
take my
wise.
leave here.
I've already walked outside Crenna.
Yeah.
I've already left the room.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What's
it's
the tie?
the thing is it's like a the problem with like viewership, like the amount of audience that gets. Like women athletes don't get paid as much because not as many people watch it. So if, I don't know, the fucked up thought I had was, if you believe that women should be paid the same in sport, well then you should watch disabled porn like I do. And that's...
People are going to hate you.
yeah, in this stage.
Let's
For
go
sure.
rip it out.
If you
Maybe
Yeah. What do you got, buddy?
What do you got with this shit?
women's sport and disabled porn, it tends to be cheaper than the regular stuff.
I don't
I don't know.
I don't watch either of them for the obvious reasons.
Women's sport only exists not because they're good, but just because people said they need to exist as well.
Wow.
It's like the feel sorry for you.
Hey, what's your name again? Sorry. Tanya. I'm sorry. Thanks. Yes, thanks.
It's like he punched you in the vagina and then elbowed you in the face as you were coming down.
Tanya and I used to have this bit.
What a piece of shit.
One of Ethan's exes was like a mad feminist
And a
hippie
dude?
girl.
She had a PP.
And she was like, she's very like pro like women's rights and stuff, which is great. Except I thought it'd be a good idea to be like in front of her with Tanya, like, Tanya, go and make me a fucking sandwich, and like just be a total piece of shit.
Classic
And
bit.
yeah,
Classic Mitch, really.
And she went mental.
yeah, she just didn't like me, and I thought it was the funniest thing in the
Did
world.
she
wow.
speak up at the time though?
No, she didn't.
Yeah, well then what a
Yeah,
pussy. Yeah,
I know.
she-
That's
She's gonna put a
what I was
Facebook
like.
status up
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Wow, I wonder why she didn't like me.
He's got a point.
Whoa.
Maybe she was smart. Like I was like kind of threatening to
Oh, actually, hold on.
hurt a woman in front of her. The smart thing to do would be like not. Yeah.
I don't know how that works. Because like when these guys tried to, started being friends with me, they took me to a straight pride rally. I mean, that worked. We bonded.
That
That is going to be the saddest
Imagine we
thing
did
ever.
that. It's like the
And I
strip
just
club.
I have to guess whether it's ironic or not.
Just come, maybe you'll like it.
How have you not turned that into a pun? That bit. Just
When,
come,
um,
maybe you'll like
When we were on
it.
tour, I told a story. I think I told it, but I didn't do it very well. I did a
That makes
podcast.
sense.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I did a podcast with MJ.
Oh yeah, you please tell this story.
Yeah,
yeah.
okay, yeah. I did a live podcast, so it's like this, but there's people and everyone hates you.
Yep.
But, yeah.
It's like
the
this,
same.
but viewers.
Yeah. Exactly. I did a live
actually, no.
podcast, and the podcast is called "Don't Tell Mum." So basically, you tell a story that. So basically, the guy, the comedian, and his mum, and the guest tells a story that they wouldn't tell their mum.
Right.
I told a story about how I stole when I worked at Macca's. I used to do birthday parties, and I stole birthday money from a retarded kid. Now I plan this to just be a normal audience. So it's gonna be fun. Yeah, I was like 14 at the time. It's gonna be sick.
Also,
Well,
can
they
you
have to work
tell?
at Lush. They'd
Is there a quick way to tell that story? Like a quick way?
Yeah,
'Cause
retarded kid was a shit cunt. Parents were also mean to me. They left. There was a birthday card on the floor. Said, love grandma with money. So I was like, well, this is my money now.
You are evil.
Wow.
That's
anyway,
crazy.
I get there to tell that story. I'm all hyped up. And there was like 7 audience members.
Of course, no one laughs.
No, hold on. There were 7 audience members. They're all like comedy fans.
One of
It's
them's in a
gonna be
wheelchair.
fine.
Like we'd laugh
But
at
they
you.
were like, okay, there's not many audience members. The next show is a drag queen show.
Yeah.
Let's let in all the audience members from there, no, just for free. So I was like, yeah, okay.
All those freaks.
So yeah, all these progressive.
Not, I mean the audience
Drag
members. I mean the
queen.
audience members.
Yeah.
Not the drag queen. I meant the audience members. I'm not, no. I love RuPaul's.
Dig up.
Slay, Yas Queen.
Lush makeup, I don't know. Yeah. Oh man, they hated me. They turned on me so quickly.
So you were just
So
getting silence
quickly,
from your
yeah.
story?
Oh man.
Was he like trying to fucking
Yeah.
fill in the bits?
Yeah, like I was just bombing.
And
you know,
then
like,
was
there
he? Yeah, and he wasn't helping.
Yeah, no, his mum was like, "You're a horrible person."
You're a very bad boy.
yeah, no, like, re-roll.
You steal money?
No ice cream cake.
No ice cream for you.
Should we do Fap of the Week then? You wanna wrap
You're
this up?
so excited for this one.
Fap of the week. Has anyone actually jacked off this week?
I haven't jacked off this week.
I don't think I got laid, so I don't think I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also got laid, but I
also
didn't
got laid.
finish
You
because
winners.
I got too sweaty. As soon as she was done, I was like, all right, I'm over this. I can't.
I'm tapping out.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I've been there.
That's 2019 for you. The roles have reversed.
Also, that
is insane.
I'm in my 30s now, so fapping is it's become very workmanlike. It's not award worthy.
If flame comes, dust comes out.
Wait, does anyone ever?
Which is, I'm not lying. I've
Yeah. When I come now, the first thought that comes to mind is like, oh, at least now I can stop.
Thank God that's over. Yeah.
Oh man, you have those shower wanks where you gotta like put your fucking hand up against the wall. You just...
It takes longer.
I know, it's so bad.
Because water like chops you up, dude.
Oh man,
I hate fucking in the shower too.
Yeah.
Dry.
Nah,
It's like
yeah.
tan water.
I'm a big
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah,
Big
No.
fan.
Look, just all the, you know,
The
wait until
noises
the girls get older.
It sucks when you like.
and my belly hits her back, and it's just making fart noises.
Yeah, I'm not fucking.
Wait, he's talking about you. That's funny.
I'm sure it sucks if you're fat.
Oh man.
I'm not fat. I was,
Yeah.
but now I'm
At
hot.
least I have a shower head now that you can sort of turn out of the way.
The
Yeah.
worst part is when you're in some weird position and you're like drowning, like she's out of the water and you're just like,
You're just being waterboarded.
yeah, it's brutal.
She's like, you close? It's like, no.
Close to dying.
Luke loves being choked. He's just like, oh, water.
I do. I asked a girl to spit in my mouth the other day, and she said, "What?" I was like, "That's pretty self-explanatory." I think. I feel like that one. She was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "What do you mean? What do I mean?
Well-
Spit in my mouth." It's. I don't have to tell you why it's good. Just fucking do it.
So you're into the whole BDSM like femdom type of deal.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I have my limits.
That was my fap of the week.
I don't want them to like.
I don't want
I
them on
start to
there.
get annoyed at some point when
Like once they
start.
start sticking things down your dick hole,
They
that's
get
when you're like,
They get
nah.
too into it and they become like a dominatrix. I'm like, fucking settle down. Like,
yeah.
I just want you to sit on my face, just relax.
Yeah.
And they start calling you a bitch. I'm like, I'm not in. Like, just there's no.
Hey, there's no need for swearing.
Don't call me names. But yeah, I would say I'm kind of leaning in that direction.
All right, that's a slippery slope.
That's what I was paying for.
Yeah.
Fucking in Amsterdam.
There you go.
Does she know about that little adventure?
Oh yeah, she saw the act.
Wait, who's this? I haven't met this person.
Or is this the
no-
one-
Well, she
Why
saw
not?
your act and still fucked you.
That's why she sought me out.
She's a keeper.
She saw like two of the worst performances from you because you went so close to death. You were just talking inanely. You were sweating.
Why is he sweating? That'll be good for Bookers.
All right, but that's an hour.
Yeah, sorry guys, we made that way too long.
No.
No,
we
that's
usually
good.
do an hour.
Sorry to
Fuck,
the
Can we be
editor.
guests every
Keep
week?
going,
This
but
is
you guys look like you want to have fun. Just carry it every week for
This
us.
is just Riff Boys, but both of them are Jared.
But somehow better. Oh, he'll
I'll
hate
take that as a compliment.
Oh, it's definitely you better.
He won't listen to this.
Yeah.
But is
Nah,
there anything
God,
you
no.
guys want to plug while you're on here? We'll go around.
Yeah, the Comedy Detour on Facebook. www.facebook.com/theComedyDetour.
I unlocked
All
the
our
page.
videos of shit are going up.
Yeah.
Call me that Luke Dillon 95.
Yeah.
Yeah, Instagram 22-inch gems too.
Instagram. No one's
No one's listening to this. But plug
So,
away.
Elliot Stewart 9 on Instagram, and Elliot Stewart Comedy on Facebook. I'll give you a business card next time I see you.
Also, check out who's going to be working in Lush in the next couple of days. So.
All right.
Plug for
Instagram's,
Lush.
Liam Stewart will be at the Gateway in a couple of weeks if you guys want to come check him out.
Alright, yeah.
That was
Otherwise,
good.
All right. Love you.
That's how
Bye.
Thanks for coming on, boys.
Mwah.
Cheers.